Hey everyone, and welcome to this breakdown of what we know so far about the David case, however it's pronounced, the Tesla trunk body case out of Hollywood. Someone asked me about it yesterday if I had looked at it, and I had. Now I've been digging a little bit deeper, and this seems weird. It seems like a weird case because a car is towed, nothing on comment about that, but it hides a little bit more than just the unpaid parking tickets because in the trunk is the decomposing body of a missing teen. And the car is owned by this 20-year-old TikTok musician called David. Not only that, on the body is found a tattoo that will be important later for making it sus. But there's also another little weird thing. This girl is called Celeste Rivas Hernandez. And in month before she disappeared, he had a leaked demo track called Celeste underscore demo unfin that has the opening lyrics naming Celeste in a haze of secrets and regret. And this David, well, he has built his kind of brand around a self-admitted alter ego named Itami, who is a killer persona that he then chases down with his detective persona. And is it just coincidence or is it me waving red flags all over? Well, it's pretty new. It's a fresh case. So, what do we know so far? That's probably a good jumping off point because it's very, very fresh. What we do know is Celeste Hernandez disappears on Valentine's Day last year in her community at Lake Elsinore. She was out taking a walk, something she normally did, and the only thing found after that was her backpack. The community comes together, starts looking, puts up posters, do whatever they can. But on April 5th, she is officially put on the missing list. The family tries to raise money through a GoFundMe to help find this girl, but nothing happens for 17 months. Then on September 3rd, a black Model 3 Tesla with Texas plates are towed from a residential area in Hollywood. It had been parked there for weeks. It looked a little banged up, but nothing remarkable about this car. Until on September 8th, people working at the tow company starts noticing a really bad smell. They popped the trunk, and in the trunk, they find a decomposing body. This body is determined to be of a young woman, 5 feet 1 inch tall, 71 pounds, an absolute small little thing. She's not dressed in anything out of the ordinary, a tube top and some black leggings, but they find a tattoo on her right index finger saying shh. Why is that important? Because David has the same tattoo on his right index finger. On September 17th, the medical examiner confirms this is Celeste. They don't know how long she's been in the trunk. The decomposition suggests it could have been several months, potentially as early as spring or summer of 2025. But what happened from when she disappeared in 2024 till now? We don't know. How did she pass away? We don't know. It'll take a long time to figure out the cause of death because the body is so badly decomposed. They won't rule out trauma, toxins, or any means. They are still doing the toxicology report. It could be weeks, it could be months. So we don't even know how she passed away, but they have opened a homicide investigation on it. And the person of interest is David. He's a 20-year-old musician from Houston. His music is known to be more of delving into darker themes like loss and emotional turmoil. And after this body was found, his hit Romantic Homicide has resurfaced because not only is it the title of it is kind of but the music video is also starring a dark-haired female lead. Celeste was having curly dark hair. The video also depicts a toxic romance that turns violent. So is this foreshadowing or is it just another coincidence? We don't know. But David also has this alter ego called Itami that he has talked about in interviews, that he claims is a character representing his darker impulses. And in the basic, it's a killer that his own detective side, because he has that as well, is chasing down this killer. This is the concept that drove the romantic homicide video, and also comes back into his new album he just released in April this year that has a lot about death and remembrance. And when he's on tour, he was on tour when this happened. He has this weird. He has a casket with a symbolic note to say "sign the memory." So all around him is a little. That's just a little weird. And then you have that leaked demo from 2023 December, where it's called Celeste Demo Unfinished, that starts with a direct reference to Celeste in lines about hidden regret and entrapment, but that's months before she's disappeared. I don't have any confirmed link that this is the Celeste he's talking about, but it's just one again coincidence that makes people think, what the hell is this about? But just because she's found in his car doesn't mean it must be him. Well, LAPD notes he owns a lot of cars, and a lot of people have been allowed to use them at different times. So who had the Tesla last? We don't know yet. The neighbors in the area remember that it had been sitting there for 3-4 weeks maybe, and they described it as slightly off because it had a big dent in the side, and it was not a car that has been in the neighborhood a lot. But on September 17th, this is where they start looking more at David, because they have a search warrant for an address. It's not his main address, but it is a place he have stayed. They took computers, phones, hard drives, and other items. He's not a named suspect in the case, and apparently he's cooperating with the police. So, what do we know? Well, we don't know anything. The official date she passed away is September 8th, but that's a technicality because That's when you find the body. Her body has clearly been passed away for way longer. David has scrapped all of his US tour dates, but apparently he's still on for one in Norway, October 1st. Fedorowski said yesterday that he had canceled that, so maybe not. He on social media, it's shown that he's home in his Hollywood property. So we just don't know a lot. The family to Celeste haven't said much. They haven't said anything. There's been a GoFundMe to help with the funeral, but there's nothing really coming out. And just to make it even more weird, on the same day, September 8th, that they find Celeste's body, another decomposed set of remain is found in South LA, 7 miles away. Unrelated, but it's just weird. All of these things that kind of lines up. There are, of course, speculations. As I always say, trust but verify. Some people claim she might have been pregnant. Some claim that the remains was found near some of his properties. Apparently, there's some leaked chats about personal ties. There's some mention about his song Hello Kitty as something that Celeste liked. And a family that referenced a boyfriend named David around the time her disappearance. And a 2022 social post alluding to feeling stuck, unable to go home. But all of this is just rumors. And as always, don't trust everything you hear on the internet. But the key question is, how does Celeste connect to David? Who had access to the car? Did this person have a connection to Celeste? Is the demo with her name just a coincidence? And why is she having the same tattoo as him? Is it something you should put something in, or is it just a fan getting a crazy tattoo? So far, it's way too early to have any position on the case, in my opinion. It's a lot of coincidence. We'll have to follow along and see what happens, but seems weird. And maybe it's something, maybe it's not.